tributes continuing to pour in for the late Joburg Mayor Geoff Makhubo, who passed away as a result of complications from COVID-19. Makhubo was admitted to hospital just several days ago following a positive test. 2 weeks ago, the 53-year-old became the mayor of Joburg in 2019, taking over from Herman Mashaba. Our reporter Bandile Masuku, outside the late mayor's home in Joburg, she joins us live now. Bandile, good afternoon to you. I can't imagine the mood there, mirroring the mood of so many people who've lost loved ones during this time.
Well, Stephen, it is a fairly quiet and somber mood here outside the home of the late mayor of the city of Johannesburg, Mr. Geoff Makhubo. Of course, we know that he succumbed to COVID-19 complications this morning. We do know that just last week we saw that statement coming out from the city of Johannesburg saying that he has been hospitalized due to COVID-19 complications, Stephen. But of course, we have been stationed outside here for much of this afternoon. We have spotted a number of his colleagues who have come here to come and pay their respects and pass their condolences to the family. We've also seen the likes of the former Johannesburg Mayor, Parkstau, who is one of those who was very close to the late Geoff Makhubo. But we will now bring in the former MEC for Health in the city of, well, in Gauteng rather, but he's going to be speaking in his capacity today as a friend of the late mayor. Thank you so much, Bandile Masuku, for joining us here on Newzroom Afrika. For many people, once the news broke that Geoff Makhubo has now passed on, it came as a shock. I'm sure it came as a shock to you too.
Yes, indeed, and thanks for having me on your show and giving me an opportunity to express our shock and sadness, you know, from my side as a friend and on behalf of many friends that have spent a lot of time with the mayor, Comrade Geoff. So we're shocked, you know. I think, you know, he lulled us to, you know, to a certain part of comfort to say that he is going to recover from this.
Now, when it comes to how you learnt about his passing, he was somebody who was communicating with officials. He was somebody who was also communicating with the family. If you can just give us a bit of insight in terms of how you got to know about the passing of the late mayor.
No, I got a message from the treating doctors because I've been in constant communication with them, who have done quite a sterling job. They've kept us abreast in many interventions that they've put into place in his treatment, and I got a WhatsApp from them.
If you can just tell us about the kind of friendship that you guys shared. Just give us a bit of insight in terms of how long does this friendship span. You were not only friends, but you were also colleagues in the ANC. Just give us a picture of the kind of friendship and relationship that you shared.
It's a very special one. I think it spans over a period of 24, 25 years because when he led the ANC Youth League in Johannesburg firstly as an interim chair when we were realigning our branches, and secondly when he was elected officially as a chairperson of the Youth League. And we shared a lot of notes together. We shared a lot of dedication and commitment and the love of the ANC. And so it has been a very, I think we have very fond memories about him, and it's something that will take solace to it that we had special moments, and it has been a very emotional thing just to deal with just the news today. But it is a friendship that spans over a period of time, and it has good memories. And of course, we went through some sad ones.
And just tell us about those fondest memories. What's the one memory that you share with him that will always stand out?
I think when we got the city back, you know, immediately when the DA mayor, former mayor, Mr. Herman Mashaba resigned, I think for us getting back the city, you know, ANC being in charge again, you know, it meant a lot of things for us, you know, particularly at the policy level and at government level, that then it could be easy for us to implement and include Johannesburg in the plans of the province.
How would you want the city of Johannesburg and the residents in this city to remember him as?
As a dedicated, committed leader, I think he sacrificed quite a lot, to make sure that the ANC itself does lead properly in the city. And I think he must be remembered as a person who really loved the ANC and loved his people. But also, we also know that he was a very strong family man. He loved his wife, he loved his daughters, and he loved his mother. He has been a person that we could say that was a dedicated and a committed person.
And what are your words of comfort to his family? You've just spoken about his mother, you've just spoken about his wife. I understand that he has very young children. What are your words of comfort to this family right now as they go through this difficult period?
Like I've said, that it's important that they take solace on the issue that he was a very committed leader of the people of Gauteng and of Johannesburg, and he actually put his life on line just in making sure that he leads the people of Johannesburg. And they must just take, knowing very well that their husband, their father, their son was a true leader of our people. He joins the galaxy of all the leaders that have departed, particularly in Johannesburg and in Soweto, who have led us before, and he joins them now as part of the galaxy of those who continue to guide us.
What is your message to those who continue to not take, this COVID-19 virus seriously, especially now when we find Gauteng, we find the city Johannesburg, engulfed in this third wave? What is your message to those who still do not take it seriously?
I think that's a very sad thing, because this is real now, and I think we did say before that it's going to move from an issue of being statistics, only talking numbers, to be people that we know by name and people that we relate to. It's important that people must avoid crowded places. It's an important aspect of this control of the virus and its transmission. So it's quite important, and I'm hoping that the people will continue to do what is supposed to be done in terms of hand washing, sanitizing, and also wearing masks, but also avoiding super spreader gatherings. One of the things that we encourage people not to do here today is that people must not gather to come here. We'll arrange specific things where they can, events and areas where they can go and gather, but also looking into the COVID regulations.
Thank you very much. Of course, that is Dr. Bandile Masuku there, speaking in his capacity as a colleague and as a friend there, Stephen, just talking about this family that has lost their loved one. Of course, this is Johannesburg's #1 citizen who has also lost his life to the battle of COVID-19.
Mbali Tatani, thank you very much indeed. Well.